Hey everyone, and welcome to PGN Live. Yeah, it's a little bit later than normal. It is Sunday, December 28th, 2025. I haven't talked to you all in a couple of days. It was actually Christmas. Yeah, I guess it's been 3 days. But I hope you're doing well. Hope you all had a nice Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah. In general, overall, just a nice weekend celebration. Maybe no in particular holiday, but just a fun weekend from Thursday through Sunday, and that's okay too if that was the case. Today's video doesn't have necessarily a particular big story, other than on the personal side, today is the day that we hit 8,000 subscribers. So I'll probably continue tomorrow with a little bit of a longer stream because I don't even know how many people are going to show up tonight. I don't even know if I'm talking to myself right now. I haven't checked out the pop-up chat yet. But I figured on the day that I hit 8,000, not a day later or 2 days later, what might make more sense this day, I'm just going to have a little, I don't know, get-together, talk, mini celebration, just a thank you all, really, is just live while it happened, just to say thanks for being here, because I appreciate it. And yeah, so let's see who's here. I think we've got some people. It is a little bit of a different time. I'm not on in the evenings all that often, or on Sundays for that matter. So the fact that it's a Sunday and a night is kind of like a double rare case. But let's see. We've got iByzantium in the house saying Happy PGN Live. Mario Master, hey Paul, congrats. Michael S. Gutmann, hey. Hello Paul, it's 2 a.m. where I'm at. I can't be bothered to sleep. Well, small little man, 2 a.m.? Yeah. Hopefully you get in some decent sleep soon, because that's pretty late into the day, or super early in the morning. In your case, I guess it's late into the night if you haven't been able to fall asleep yet. Missed you. 8K. Yes, that's right. You know, I made a little post on YouTube earlier today when I checked it out because, lo and behold, I opened up YouTube Studio and there it was. 8,000 exactly. I didn't screen grab 8,001 or 8,003, which I think it might be like 8,003 now. I screen grabbed 8,000. Like, I thought that was really cool. I rewound to the beginning of the year, and it was kind of hard to find, like, what was the exact number? But I basically went 8,000 and then subtracted, well, how many people joined in 2025? And it said, like, 4,412 or something. So I guess the year started off, if I'm not mistaken, something like 3,588. You could call it 3,600. So from 3,600 to 8,000, that's an increase of about 4,400. That's a little bit more than doubling the 19-year history of folks that have subscribed to this channel in just a year. Some might say that's impressive. Some might say, well, dude, 19 years to only have 3,600? Hey, I was never in a rush along the way, and I never had some kind of, I better have this by the end of the year, or I think I will definitely do this. Just having fun with all of you, trying to make good content. This year happened to be a pretty big year, though, with the amount of content, and that's really what helped out the channel. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been really neat to see the growth, and I'm grateful for all of you here. Roger Enyart saying, hello, people of the internet. Just got home from work and saw you pop up live. Well, Roger, awesome that you got home from work. Glad that you're done for the day. Hopefully you could chill, relax, hang out, get in a little bit of rest, watch some Stranger Things. I don't know if you watch Stranger Things. My wife and I just finished last night the final episode of the streaming available Stranger Things episodes from season 5, and then we are going to go to a local theater on the 31st, New Year's Eve, to watch the finale, which I think is like going to be a 2-hour event. But that's going to be cool. That should be cool. Brandon White says, congratulations, Paul. Thank you, Brandon. And Roger, thank you again for the congrats PGN on 8K subs. Whew. Corey Boehm saying, how's the Game Force? Game Force or Gale Force? Both good. Both doing well. Thank you. The Cringe Prophet. Congratulations, PGN. Awesome to see how much this channel has grown over the years. Thank you, The Cringe Prophet. You were here back in, like, gosh, was it late 2019, early 2020? Was that the time when you first popped on? It's pretty old school. I mean, not like 19 years old school, but pretty old school in terms of, I mean, 5 years or 6 years. That's not bad compared to like 5-6 months. Roger Enyart, woo, with the 10 gifted PGN memberships. Huge thank you, Roger. What a way to kick off the first 5 minutes of the stream. And that's actually the second thing about today's stream that I was going to talk about a little bit, is, geez, as the year was going by, really by that late June into July and hitting that 55, 6, 64, 7, 75, 8,000. Could this channel actually hit 500 members too? You've heard the number 461, but 500, that's a little bit more than it went down. But now it's going back up. This absolutely is going to help. So thank you, Roger. And thank you. Geez, another one? Hold on, I got to get the name. The name, it was too long for YouTube to show me. Let me see. Creeper Destinations with $20 orange super chat. Dang, that's a nice looking color. Creeper Destinations. Super glad I came across your channel. It's great. Well, thank you so much, Creeper Destinations, for that awesome comment. That really great generosity. That means a lot to me. Thank you. What has been your favorite part, Creeper Destinations, excuse me, about the channel? What segment of content is the coolest in your opinion? Because by now, I mean, PGN has always been a pretty varied channel, for better or worse. I say for better or worse because honestly, when it comes to the algorithm and stuff like that, you would say I'm doing it wrong. Because here I've got weightlifting stuff, calisthenics stuff, yoga stuff, karate stuff, taekwondo stuff, tai chi stuff, E3 stuff, video game pumpkin carving stuff, live stream stuff, video game sales stuff, video game news stuff, video game themed shorts, video game themed countdowns. It's all over the place. How can you feed into the algorithm and have YouTube properly recommend you? I've got dressing up as Goku and doing a live action Super Saiyan video. I've got being Logan, being Wolverine, being Chuck Norris. How is that all gonna help you out establish who to recommend you to? And to be fair, well, that is accurate, to an extent. But I was always like, you know what? I'm going to be me. This YouTube channel is going to be who I am. And who I am is varied. I like video games. I like martial arts. I like wrestling. I like anime. And I'm going to talk about all of it. And maybe that's why it's taken 20 years. Almost. Next month will be 20 years to hit 8,000 subscribers, basically. But it's authentic. It's me, So I'm curious, though. What has been your favorite part of the channel? And thank you once again so much for that awesome $20 super chat. Let's go see who did Roger Enyart gift these 10 memberships to, which do go out randomly, but let's find out. We got Sweet T, that's me, Cody WB, Merson Person, I Byzantium, who's in the house right now, Mikey Moo UK, Bretto Elson 3905, Chance the Magician, Todd S. the Witch Memer, Cooper Simonton 6967, and Jacob Anderson 30. Telling you, some of these names a little bit tough to read and be accurate with, you know? But thank you both. Michael says, I went to binge Fallout, and when I finished episode 2, I was going to move on to episode 3, but I didn't realize they were drip feeding it. So my wife and I actually haven't started Fallout Season 2. But that is kind of good to know that they might not all be out yet, so maybe we'll take our time until they're all out to do it, because we watched Season 1, which was good. Brandon White saying, I love this community. Thank you. Michael saying, woo! I agree, Michael. Big woo! Super big woo. The newest episode of Stranger Things is the lowest rated episode in the whole series. Hopefully they don't pull a Game of Thrones in the finale. I mean, they are ramping up with so much hype and big things happening that I can't see the finale not being good or cool. Will it be the best episode or all folks want it to be? Probably some people are going to be disappointed in those regards, but I think it's going to be fun. I think it's shaping up to be pretty cool. I'm here since August, Mario Master. Do you think you'll ever do reviews of video games? You know, small little man, I used to review games back in the day. Like, when I was on gamers.com and 1up.com, I was a moderator and administrator for the site. So in the forums, I had, and in the adjacent section on the 1up community page, video game reviews. And then later on my website on paulgalenetwork.com, I did put up some reviews back in the day. 2 years ago, I tried to start something new called Review Crew. And it was originally going to be, actually, we did do one, but I'll tell you. It was going to be people that I've known for a while, people that are friends of mine in the video game industry, and ideally something that was going to pay tribute to the old Electronic Gaming Monthly style of 4 people review a game in a podcast-like scenario. We each put up our review score. We add it up and divide by 4, and that is the review of Review Crew for the game. And this was by Roger DeLuigi III, a.k.a. Roger's Base, Nathaniel Rumpfeljans, a.k.a. Nintendo Prime, and OJ, a.k.a. Player Essence, and myself. So it's going to be the 4 of us. For the first review, however, for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, only Roger, Nate, and I were able to do the review together, but it was really fun, and we broke down the graphics and the gameplay and the sound, audio design, art direction, overall fun factor, overall thoughts, and if I'm not mistaken, we gave the game, I think, a 9.7 out of 10, and it was a really fun way of doing it, I think, or 9.9, no, hold on, gosh, what was it? I'd have to look it up. I should know this off the top of my head. I mean, it was only one game, but everyone's got a busy schedule and stuff. Roger does a lot of things. Nate's busy. OJ's busy. But if I'm not mistaken, Roger gave it a 10. I gave it a 10. Nate gave it a 9.7. So its overall score was a 29.7 out of 30, which averaged out to being a 9.9. And like we were content and like that was a good score. And hello. And that was the goal. And we would do this with, Nintendo games, with PlayStation, Xbox, third-party software. And maybe it'll come back. I think the logo was awesome, by the way. I mean, the logo was really cool in my opinion. I think it still holds some value because I think part of the problem that some review outlets have is they're so big, they've got 30 reviewers, and then you get someone from IGN gives the game an 8, and then someone else gives a whole different game a 7.5. And you're like, how in the world is that 7.5 for that game when it's like clearly better than an 8, but they're totally different reviewers, totally different opinions, different feedback. And there's too many games for one person to do all of them, so you don't really get this identity with the brand like IGN necessarily, and like, oh, that is what they think of this game. That's what one person thinks of the game. EGM, the value was back in the day, there were, a dozen or so reviewers. So it still meant not every single reviewer reviewed every game, but you'd get these 4 reviewers reviewing these different games, so you would slowly see and build up a little bit of an association with, this is Mark McDonald's opinions. This represents Crispin Boyer, Che Chu, Dan Shu, James Milkey. And then you would look and be like, okay, I value these words a little bit more from this person on this game or this person on this game. And I wanted Review Crew to be like a modern day version of that. Because it's very difficult for one person to review a bunch. Which means that our little review crew of 3 or 4 of us still wouldn't be able to tackle everything. But when we would tackle the games, you would hear our thoughts and you would know it exactly. So maybe the overall score is whatever, but you kind of leaned more towards Nate or OJ or Roger or me. So you're like, you know what? Even though Review Crew gave the game a blank, that person's association with games more links up to my identity, so I'm going to value those words a little bit more. And it was a beautiful thing, but only for one episode. I know I spent a lot of time on that, but Small Little Man, it is a good question, and I would love to do Review Crew and make it a bigger thing. Maybe have a bigger cast, There's been other people that I've talked with about it, so we'll see. Update the top, December Super Chat on the bottom. You are absolutely correct. Oh my gosh, Corey Boehm, thank you so much. The top Super Chat of the month now is Creeper Destinations with a big 20. That is the single highest Super Chat of the month, with there being like a two-way tie between Steak 1024 and Roger Enyart 2066 with the top single stream gifted membership. Thank you for pointing that out, Corey. Creeper Destinations, honestly, gaming history really interested me, but I'm such a huge fan of martial arts that I enjoyed your videos as well. That's cool, Creeper Destinations. Thank you. And that's a neat thing to hear, because I think that there is trade-off. I think that there is cross-pollination between martial arts and video games. I mean, how many video games have martial arts in them? Going back in the day, playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, Final Fight, Streets of Rage, all beat-em-up stuff. Going into modern days, I mean, do characters not punch and kick in some capacity? Maybe Link is not a martial artist per se, but are there still not acrobatics and elements of stealth? Mario does a long jump. Mario punched in Super Mario 64. Super Smash Brothers is as fighting as it gets, right? So there is stuff that unites them, Elvin Garcia 9404. Congratulations on the 8,000 subscribers. Big thank you. Aaron Cedillo says hi. Hi there. Welcome, Aaron. I Byzantium. Oh wait, we in here? Yes, sir. You got that gift from Roger Enyart. Episode 3 of Fallout 4 is December 31st. Oh, good. So time for me to catch up. Tigerissus. Hey, Paul. Roger saying here, welcome to iByzantium. It's really good, just like Season 1 so far. Good. Nintendo Ninjas Prime Beyond. Welcome. Fist bump. Boom. JM Powers 83. Hi, Paul and everyone else. Happy almost New Year. Has anyone watched Heated Rivalry on HBO Max? No, I haven't. Why are you doing the night stream? Because today, this afternoon, I hit 8,000 subscribers, and I didn't want to wait till tomorrow. I wanted to celebrate now, so it's time-stamped as December 28th. We did it, Steak 1024 here. Hi, Paul and chat. Hi there. Let's see, JM Powers 83. Okay, talking amongst each other. Steak 1024 with 20 gifted memberships. Holy smokes! Oh man, that's gonna take a wow. Ash Gaming 17 with a gifted membership. Boom! Woo! Steak 1024, Ash Gaming 17, back to back. Thank you. Coming off of Creeper Destination, coming off of Roger Enyer 2066. I gotta get you guys' names up on here. Huge thank you. Let's get Steak 1024 with a super generous 20 gifted memberships. Wow. And Ash. Okay, now I remember Ash from last time. You were preferring just Ash, not the Ash Gaming 17. I try to remember. I'm glad I did. And if I ever forget, don't feel shy to correct me that you would prefer a name be written out this way versus that way. And giant thank you. We're going to have to read off some more people in here. And just like that, we're at 51 on the stream. And before I got too far down, Michael S. Gutman with a membership for 4 months badge. PGN white belt tier. Big thank you. Ash Gaming, I'm going to go in reverse. Starting with you, your gifted membership went to Super Cameron Me. That's cool. That's a recognizable name. I'm glad that Super Cameron Me got it. Now, Roger, we read your 10. Let's read Steak 1024's 20 gifted memberships. Justin Basil 3, Jap 3430, Game ID Identity, I think that might be ID1TY. Zero Jokes Jason, Vicious Firearms, Aaron Cedillo, who is here right now. Kong Donk 69, another familiar name. J Biggs Mr. NY for Life, another one. Kool-Aid 367, The Ashalter, Brandon White 4998, JGEB8ZC, Darren Nye 2629, K-Dog 9878. Let's see who we got. We got to scroll down a little bit. Dragonfly Knights, Juan Emmanuel Gatti, RNG630, Omar David, I1I, Kabulo 76, Andrew Bro 0225. Whew. I'm telling you. Some names a little bit tougher than others, but it's still a fun challenge, if you will, to read them off. Did y'all watch that Key and Peele sketch? I hope by now most people out there have seen Key and Peele. They've gone on to do different things in Hollywood and stuff, but super talented two guys. I used to see them in person at Mad TV because I used to go to Mad TV tapings back in the day. Was already a big fan. Then when they joined up to do Key and Peele, I was like, dude, this is fantastic. And they gave us a few years of like comedy gold. But there's one sketch in particular that they did a couple of times where there's this mispronunciation teacher that calls out all of the students in the classroom all incorrectly, and it's really funny. Made me think of this right now, like how off am I? Zero Jokes Jason just got a membership. Nice. Let's see. Lily Young, hi peeps, glad to see PGN live. Hi Lily Young, 1002, good to see you here. AA Ron, yeah, Steak 1024, you know what I mean. AA Ron, it's Aaron. Son of a, it is AA Ron, don't make me bust this bomb and break. What else? Hold on, AA Ron, gosh, that was the easy one. Timothy? Oh, I think that's how the sketch ended. Small spoiler. If I'm not mistaken, it ended with Timothy, and it was Jordan Peele like present or something like that. Jay Quellen. Jay Quellen. You mean Jacqueline? you being smart with me? Gosh. Oh, that's so good. Jay Quellen. Aaron Blake. B Lake, son of a... Oh, Keegan Michael Key is so good. I heard recently that, the two don't spend a whole lot of time together. They're doing different things, but whenever one visits the other, or whenever one visits LA or they're in the same city in general, like they will go out, they will have dinner, and like they pick off right where they left off. Like that makes me happy to hear because obviously they're coworkers in a sense, right? In show business doesn't mean that everybody, just because you have awesome chemistry together in your acting ability and in your characters, means that you're connected in real life. Well, but the two were so good that they did form their own show. So you got to imagine, oh no, like if you guys formed your own show together after Mad TV, you probably get along well. And then they did one movie together later. But I'm just happy to hear that. Oh no, that's like a real friendship that exists to this day, and that's just nice to hear. A. Ron J. Quellen, B. Lake, Timothy. Oh, so many sketches. It's so funny because I've seen so many of the sketches so many times. Because nowadays they come in like bite-sized portions. You know, you're just scrolling on Instagram or like Facebook or YouTube or X, Twitter, I don't know, TikTok maybe, I don't know. Wherever you see them, it just pops up, and I'm like, I've seen it before, but I'll watch it again, and yeah, they're good. Let's see. I'm still trying to figure out how to get my Switch 2 back from my aunt. Reminder, I remember that story. I left it at her house on Thanksgiving. Hopefully she or one of my cousins come up to New York for my birthday. My birthday is very soon. Have you thought about like Venmoing her $12, stick it in a small box, and send it through USPS or something like that? Or UPS? Or something? I don't know if it would cost $12, but maybe not that much from New York to New Jersey or vice versa, but I'm not sure. If you can afford a Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026, get one. Lily Young's asking. Oh, you're answering Lily. Oh, so Lily is asking me, and then JM Powers, you're answering her. Should I get a Switch 2 in 2026? Absolutely, I would recommend it, Lily Young. First of all, I would say, gosh, if you can get one, I don't want to say now to like rush, right? Get one when you can afford one, right? That's the best time to get one. But I would say if you can afford one now, get it now. If one of two things. One, you could take advantage of that sale where the Mario Kart World $500 bundle is available for $450. That's number one. If you could do it, take advantage of it. Number two, even if you don't take advantage of that bundle, get it while it's still at $450, because we don't know how a tariff kind of situation might impact it. If Nintendo needs to change things up to change up profit margins because now they're being hit a little bit harder and stuff like that. So, you know, right now you get the $500 version, which saves you like $30 on Mario Kart World for $450. And if you really don't like Mario Kart World, you probably could just sell that digital code to someone for like $50, which made your Nintendo Switch 2 only $400. Soon, that bundle's going away. So you won't even be able to buy the $500 bundle to get Nintendo Switch 2 plus Mario Kart. You'll only get the $450 one. And if that $450 one, let's say, goes up to $500, now you're paying $500 for a base Nintendo Switch 2 instead of $450 for a Nintendo Switch 2 plus Mario Kart World, which is like an $80 value. And even if you don't value it at $80, it is what it is. That's how much it costs. And if you don't want it, sell it. Make your Nintendo Switch 2 $400. So I would say, with that in consideration, if you could afford the NS2 now's a good time to buy it, just to jump the gun, so to speak. But if you gotta wait, that's okay. You'll find other ways to make sales, make deals, and stuff like that. What you spent more on the console, you could save in return on games by not buying games like ASAP as soon as they come out, but wait a couple of months and like boom, save $20 per title. That's how you could do it. Stewie on Mad TV. Oh, Stewie on Mad TV was funny. Yeah. Look what I could do. Michael McDonald, hilarious. So was the Vancombe lady. You know what? And what was the Asian lady's name? Geez. Okay, he looking like a man. Oh, why do I not know? Oh my gosh. Why am I having a difficult time? Miss Swan. Ah, so good. Yeah. What a cast. Alex Bornstein, who also plays the voice of Lois Griffin in Family Guy. She's terrific. I think the post office has free boxes. Yeah, they might, and you just have to pay a little bit for shipping. I wouldn't wait 5 weeks without my Nintendo Switch 2. I'd shoot. I'd have that thing shipped over, even though it might stink to like pay 15, 16 bucks, something like that. Oh, JM Powers 83, you're terrified it'll get lost in the mail. You could do insurance. You could do insurance on it. You pay a little bit more, but like let's just say hypothetically it costs $14 to ship. Maybe you spend an extra $20, which gives you insurance up to a few $100s, and then if anything happens, they give you a check for the valued amount that you were willing to put towards it. And you're not like spending $500 on insurance. You know, you're spending a little bit more because they're confident, like, nah, we're not going to mess up. If anything, we're going to be a little bit more careful with this one, you know? It would be in the summer probably. Yeah, you're worried the price goes up. I understand. That's what insurance is for, says Roger. And you're that way it's covered if it gets lost or stolen. Exactly what I was saying. Stake 1024 saying RAM costs regarding that NS2. Yeah. Tiger says the RAM situation could change it too. True. Yeah. Not just tariffs, unfortunately. It could be RAM prices. Yeah. MK World is awesome. You play it all right. So good. So you really like the game, which is good. Stake 1024 saying, Paul, do they still have that deal for Micro Center for the Switch 2? Good question. Checking out Micro Center right now, and it looks like $450. But I'm not seeing it's $450 for the Nintendo Switch 2 plus Mario Kart World bundle. Yeah, I don't think it's that one. But that one still exists, and it only will exist for a limited more time, you know? I'm on a college esports team and can play Switch 2 if it isn't being used by the Smash team. I don't understand how insurance works. You pay 10, but it's insured for 500. JM Powers 83, you'd have to see what is their tier and association with. But yeah. Robbie Reigns won with a congrats on 8,000 subscribers. Big thank you, Robbie Reigns. Roger saying, not sure this applies to all Switch 2 Mario Kart bundles, but the one I got from Best Buy, the one I got for my best friend's family did not come with a digital code. It was coded. Not sure if that's the right term. So you just click on the icon to download it. Oh, interesting. When I got my Nintendo Switch 2 at launch, it came with a Mario Kart World code that I typed in. Gosh, if I'm not mistaken. It's been 6.5 months now. Oh, but interesting. So yours was like pre-established and you had to click to download. I see. Tabby Cat Games. Hi, y'all. Congrats on the subscribers. Thank you. Let's see. Some talking back and forth with each other. Okay. I got a digital code with yours. Yeah, I think that's how I got that too. Okay, I think I'm caught up with that. Let me see if I missed something earlier. What do I do outside of YouTube? Quite a bit. I teach martial arts, calisthenics, overall fitness. I mean, anything from karate to taekwondo, personal defense, tai chi chuan, running, conditioning, fitness, walking, yoga, basketball, weightlifting, like I said, calisthenics, stock market analysis and investments. I wrote a children's book, although that was like a one-time thing, but I have a children's book out there that is still available on Amazon and still has some sales per year, a little bit, you know. And then obviously on YouTube, I'll have a blast doing countdowns for different things. Like right now, I've got a a countdown for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, a countdown for the Legend of Zelda movie. Although those are just once a month countdowns, whereas specific video games were like a 40-day countdown for this, a 28-day countdown for this, 12 days, 76 days, 64 days, stuff like that. But yeah, obviously the gaming history ones, which are super varied. And like today you might have seen. Oh, I missed this comment earlier. Roger saying, patience is definitely a virtue. True, Roger. Patience can be a tough thing to navigate. But if you keep pushing forward, good things come to those who wait, I would say. I would say so. Let's see. Stake 24 pre-install, just had to finish the download. He teaches jumping into pools with flaming swords. That is a secret skill. Jumping into pools with flaming swords. Flaming bow and arrows. I mean, Wes Ball thought it was pretty cool to see my flaming master sword pool jump. Who's Wes Ball? Well, he is the director of the Legend of Zelda film. Semi-jokingly, but partially based in reality, I think, wishful thinking maybe, but I think if there is any sword on fire that we see in the live-action The Legend of Zelda movie coming out in 2027, we know that Wes Ball got that idea from me. Can we say that? I think so, right? I think it's fair to say. I'm going to take the credit on that one, regardless if it's realistic or not, because he liked that. He thought it was cool on X. So heck yeah. Crazy Scott agreeing. JM Powers, you bought a physical copy of Mario Kart and the digital one? That's cool. I just have the digital of Mario Kart World. I am trying to buy more than not my Nintendo Switch 2 games on cartridge format. However, there are 2 times where I could have gone cartridge, but I didn't. And that was for Hades 2 and Mortal Kombat Collection. Both for the same reason, kind of. Hades 2 was like something like it's $30, but if you buy it early on eShop, it's $25. And you could get digital currency from GameStop for less. So instead of $25, it's like $23.50 or something. And 8 weeks earlier than the game physically, which physically was $50, which after tax ends up being like $55. So you're looking at the difference of what, $24 and $55, which is like a $31 difference. So it's about double, or maybe it was like $27.50, $27.50 and $55. Still, it's about double the difference 8 weeks later, and the game only took up 12 gigabytes on the system. Like if the game took up 70 gigs on the system, I'm debating, maybe I want to pay a little bit more premium. Like, I think if a game is 70 or 80 for the physical, I'm going to pay the 80, even though that technically means it's like 88 after tax versus 70, which is like an $18 upcharge. But the game takes up like 60 gigabytes on the system if you download it versus it's fully on the cartridge. That's fine, because I value my internal space too for the future convenience factor of not having to swap out 1 terabyte micro SDXC cards or micro SD Express cards, But when it only took up 12, I got Mario Kart World. Same thing with Mortal Kombat. It was like 30. You could buy it for 25, or a month and a half later or so, buy it for 50. And I'm like, once again, I'm saving like 20 something bucks. It's not quite double like Hades 2 was, but it was too much that I bought it. Otherwise, like Donkey Kong Bonanza Had to go physical. Split Fiction didn't have the choice. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I don't have the choice. It's just game key card or digital. But I got game key card because Best Buy was generous, giving a $10 certificate, which was really cool, which helped out. And they temporarily had the game a little bit less, and they've given like a physical Magic the Gathering card set with it, and a download of the original, and like just a lot of cool stuff, you know? I mean, but you have to each their own. There's no wrong way to navigate how you're going to be playing games, as long as you're playing games. That's what it's all about. Okay. Roger talking to Steak about the card. Steak talking to Roger about the printing. Steak 1024. Yeah, if I it's the internet. If I put out there West Ball got the idea from a Flaming Master Sword for me, for a Flaming Master Sword for me, it's true, just by default. But I think it actually might be a little bit true in that case, you know? Might be. Maybe he'll be like, wow, look at this guy in his backyard at a Flaming Master Sword pool jump. And he did it with toilet paper and a little bit of, lighter fluid. And it was safe because there's a pool. It was a Zelda pool. Wow, that's pretty cool. Ooh, and music. And timing up the jump with the music. That's pretty iconic. And look at the ferocity on the face. And they're talking like a montage almost sequence as something powerful. And a swing upward / boom. Gosh, I think that the movie could do something like that. So when we see any kind of sword with fire in the movie, we know came from that video on YouTube /X. Okay? We're sticking to that. Roger, you still bought the physical version of Mario Kart World. That's cool. Yeah. I don't blame you. I like the columns, I like the spines. I love the old school tangible stuff. I dig this stuff. I dig this. This is nice with instruction booklets. I mean, nothing beats this. Look at this stuff. Look at the color manuals that they had. Man, we don't get as much, but the click, the texture, the spine, the visual of it being in your room, it's all cool. It's just a newer generation is definitely growing up different without it. Less clutter, less desire for having everything physical, Yeah. I always prefer physical. I may need to sell things one day, so physical are possible to sell. I mean, physical is possible to sell, but if you think about it, you could sell digital in a way. That's by selling your system. You sell your system, and attached with it, all of the games digitally on it, and you're like, hey, this is a system from this year with all of the following games valued at this much. They're worth this much per game if you buy them a la carte now. You don't get to pick and choose. You're getting it all, whether you like them or not. But here's the lump sum of what this costs. And someone will be like, I like it. Some people will be like, that's too much. But you might find someone that's like, that's a good deal. I prefer physical. Had Hades 2 on my birthday and Christmas list, so I held off buying it and got physical for Christmas. Steak 124, I hope you love the game. The fact that you were able to hold off is really cool because you are in for a treat. I mean, I don't know if you started up like 3 days ago or whatever, but you are in for a treat. Hades 2 is absolutely a Game of the Year contender. And maybe if it didn't have to compete with, I'd say, Donkey Kong Bonanza and Split Fiction, I think Hades 2 would have won my Game of the Year like Hades did back in 2020. Hades 2 is fantastic. I wouldn't blame anybody if somebody said, I played all the games this year, Clair Obscure Expedition 33, Ghost of Yote, Metro Prime 4 Beyond, Pokemon Legends ZA, Hollow Knight Silksong, Hades 2, my game of the year. I'd be like, dude, can't argue with you. It was one of my top 7 or so contenders, and just brilliant. Uh, so yeah. Yep. Paul, do you remember how exciting it was to go to Toys R Us, bring the ticket to the vault, and buy a video game? Buying physical is exciting. Yeah. I remember the ticket system at Toys R Us. One of my first, actually, I think my first Toys R Us game that I bought was The Rocketeer, because I got my Nintendo Entertainment System on my birthday, July 7th, 1989. 6-year-old Paul went to Toys R Us with my dad, and I got the Nintendo Entertainment System with Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, 2 NES controllers, and the orange Zapper. And then I was able to buy one separate game in which I picked out the Rocketeer. So that was the first game that I bought. Yeah. What a cool time, man. What a cool time. Have you played anything good lately? I finished Yakuza 0 and Final Fantasy Crisis Core. Tiger says, Final Fantasy Crisis Core is cool. I have it on Nintendo Switch. I didn't beat it. I was like, I have it, and I should get around to it because I didn't play it originally back when it released on the PSP. So I was looking forward to this, and it was cool to start, but just time slipped me by. But what have I played lately? Well, lately I just played and then replayed the Final Fantasy Remake demo a couple of times, or like a time and a half, sort of. Terminator 2. I beat that. Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I'm a little bit slower / a little bit further behind on Marvel Cosmic Invasion just because I don't want to play it 4 players. I want to play it only in 2 to 4 player bouts, and not every time that I feel like playing it are all of us ready to go. So I'm just holding off on, I want my experience with Marvel Cosmic Invasion to be just all 2 to 4 player sessions. So I've been holding off on that a little bit, but still been playing it. But I beat Terminator 2, and yeah, I played through Final Fantasy Remake like a time and a half. I think that's it lately. Unless if I dabbled with something else for a moment. I'm kind of going through a simultaneous, a little bit of a replay through of Metroid Zero Mission and Metroid Fusion, but not super diligent, just, picking up and playing through them when I have the time because they're really good. You didn't need toilet paper. You could have just used lighter fluid, or would that be too dangerous? No, lighter fluid. The lighter fluid actually on its own doesn't work. It doesn't bind to the steel well. I tried it. Doesn't work. It's like nothing. No. At least when I tried. I'm mostly digital, especially so I could buy games a little young, with no judgment. Who's gonna judge you? I hope no one judges you. No one should judge anyone for their gaming desires, hobbies, passions. JM Powers. I wish they still had instruction booklets. Yeah. I miss those cool manuals, Roger. Yeah. I got Mario Kart World Physical. Tabby cool. I'd rather not sell the console, though. I don't blame you. I don't want to sell my consoles. Those are part of my gaming history. Digital games are tied to your Nintendo account, so you're not sure you could sell them unless you have key cards. Well, yeah, you wouldn't be selling them, but you'd be selling your Nintendo Switch and be like, here, I'm deactivating this from, or changing my password or something like that on the Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2, but I'm selling the whole system with all of the digital games. And yeah, it's a little bit tricky, it's a little bit convoluted. Or, hey, to the person that I'm selling this to, you could be on my Nintendo Switch membership account. I'm gonna spend $80 a year. You're gonna pay me an eighth of that, so give me $10 a year, but you're going to have access to all the games and they're yours. That's a possibility. That's a possibility as your second Switch. It's a little bit tricky though. In reality, yeah, if you ever plan on reselling, physical is still the way to go. That's true. Hades 2 came with a compendium insert and an insert for the soundtrack. Oh, that's cool, Steak. Okay, that adds some more value to that physical version than costing 50 over the digital one costing like 25 or 30. Because little insert music stuff, soundtrack kind of thing. If it gave you like, here you could download this soundtrack and own it on whatever, like that. That's cool. First time I played NES, I want to say it was 1987. I basically started gaming at 4, but I got my own NES in 89. Before I had an NES, I had a TI-94A gaming computer kind of hybrid thing. You could type on it, learn how to type, but it also had games with cartridges and the keyboard, and that's how it was. JM, you got your NES in 88. That's cool. Good old NES days of gaming memories. Yeah, Roger, absolutely. Gaming tips. Prediction. When are these games coming? 3D Mario. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a new 3D Mario game like September through November of 2026. Because I could see them doing some more promo stuff for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, along with Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 on Nintendo Switch when the movie comes out, carrying into the beginning of summer, into the digital release, a summer direct, showing off Super Mario Galaxy 3 or some new Mario 3D game that comes out that following November. So I wouldn't be too surprised if a new 3D Mario game comes out fall of 2026. It might be a little bit too good to be true, though, because I also am not going to be too surprised if we see a new 3D Zelda game next year. And when I say new, I mean a 3D Zelda game. That constitutes remake, remaster lumped in there. New 3D Zelda, I think we're a little bit further away, like November 28 or something like that. New 2D Mario, beyond the Wonder expansion, it could come like 2027. New 2D Zelda. So new 2D Zelda, I don't know, but gosh, I would like to see Way Forward do a remake of The Legend of Zelda 2, or Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. I would like that. New 2D Zelda. If we don't get something like Ocarina of Time remake or Twilight Princess remastered in November of 2026, maybe it's a 2D Zelda game. But I don't know. Echoes of Wisdom came out more recently than Tears of the Kingdom, so I don't know. I think within the next 4 years, we get everything. Yeah. I think by December 2029, we get ourselves 3D Zelda, 3D Mario, 2D Zelda, 2D Mario. I think that's a little ambitious, but entirely possible. And like I said, earlier in those 4, in my opinion, are 3D Mario, 3D Zelda Remake. Middle area is like 2D Zelda, 2D Mario. Later is brand new 3D Zelda. Steak. Have never really played any games like Hades or Hades 2 before. Used to just go, nah, I don't like that game. Doesn't seem like the ones I like. But been trying to expand what I play genre-wise. Oh, that's good, Steak. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you gotta do that. And then you might realize, oh shoot, there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that's a lot like Hades. And if you ended up trying like the cream of the crop of that style game with Hades or Hades 2, and you happen to like the TMNT IP, even though I'd say that Hades 2 is a better game than not Shredder's Revenge, Splintered Fate, TMNT Splintered Fate. That TMNT experience is still quite good. That you're gonna like it even more than normal had it not been the TMNT IP associated with it, because that's just made it cooler, you know? But it's a really good game too. So sometimes, yeah, that helps out. Tiger says, getting ready for FF7 next month. Which is why you finally knocked out Crisis Core. See, that's what I'm thinking too. Maybe that's where I should put my time for the next month, is just that one, because it's technically a backlog game. I recently bought the 2 Pac-Man World repack games. That's cool, Cody WB. And that actually reminds me. I did get 2 more things. So I got the first Pac-Man World repack for my wife for Christmas, because she loved that game on GameCube and she loves Pac-Man. So I needed to do that. And then I also got Kirby's Dream Buffet, because we played it before but we didn't own it. So I bought that for my son for Christmas. So yeah. Still live with my family. Very cool, Lily Young. Was around before Atari 2600. John Marino, a bit tricky. What's a bit tricky? SSX tricky? Or something else. Probably something else. I'm passionate about Octopath this month. Heck yeah, Joycey. Been getting good scores. You want to get Hades too? Nice. Those were the real days. Yeah, John Marino. True. And good seeing you all, Joycey. How about the new Virtual Boy? I pre-ordered that, John. I pre-ordered that. That thing looks so cool. I wasn't not going to. Virtual Boy is the one true Nintendo console I don't have, not counting something like the Panasonic Q, that version of the GameCube. I don't own it. Not counting the Nintendo 64 disk drive attachment that goes beneath the N64. I don't own that. But those 2 are Japanese only, so I'm not sweating it too much. But the Virtual Boy, despite playing it, renting it, playing at a friend's house, rented it, playing at the store, I never owned it. So I bought it for a friend, you know. He paid me back later because he just needed my help finding a good one. And that was like a decade ago. Yeah, literally, I think a decade ago. I think it was Christmas 2025. And or birthday 2025. Wow, that was a decade ago. So actually, that's the last time I played Virtual Boy. It was about 10 years ago to the date-ish. I mean, maybe I played it January also of 2016 or something, but yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, I pre-ordered that full-on recreation of the Virtual Boy. It's just so cool. Jam Powers, you're turning 43 soon. That's cool. You said January? Was that right? I think you said January. Roger, and you're willing to trade you ages? That's funny. Yeah, time flies. Age flies. New Zelda 2030. Telling myself this so I could be genuinely surprised if it comes out earlier. 2030, eh? That would be 5.5 years into a new system's life. That would be by far the longest amount of time Nintendo took. Because you had Zelda on the NES a year in. Super Nintendo 2 years in. Nintendo 64 2 years in. GameCube less than 2 years in. Wii at launch. Wii U 4 years in for a new, but only like 2 years in for ports. Nintendo Switch, oh yeah, launch. Nintendo Switch 2, technically half a year if you count Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. But if you don't, because it's not a full-on Zelda game, to say 2030 means 5 years. That's a lot more than any past Nintendo console. Possible, but I'm thinking new Zelda by fall of 28. I don't think it's going to take longer than 5.5 years after the release of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, because I think since that game wrapped up about a year in advance, that means probably around March of 2022, a lot of the team went over to start working on the next Zelda game. Whereas a smaller portion of the team continued to fine tune Tears of the Kingdom. And my March 2022, for some work being done, might even be later. It might even be as early as late 2021. But if you want to go with like March 22, the reason why I'm saying November 28, because that's 6.5 years later. And 6.5 years, also having more talent join with a bigger Nintendo studio by then, and more contribution from Monolith Soft than before. Even though that 4K development is going to take some time, I'm okay with my November 28 expectation. Because I also don't think they want to wait too much longer after a potential hit Zelda movie. But maybe not, because then you got this November 2027 Zelda movie, and maybe it's only several months after or several months before an Ocarina of Time remake or something like that, that's sort of 40th anniversary-ish. And that would be big. So even though you could argue that nothing's quite bigger than a new 3D Zelda game, isn't a new remake of Ocarina comparable in size? Yeah, Ocarina is a pretty big deal. We'll see. I think 2D Zelda or a Zelda remake comes next year. Yeah, I'm on board with that. John, I'm turning 44. I'm 44, turning 45 in March. I'm barely getting back into this, and it's because of Metroid. Beat the NES, Game Boy, and SNES days, so it's a good time for me to take advantage of the sales. That's cool. John, have you played Metroid Prime 4 yet? I hope you like it. It's really good. But yeah, gosh, on NSO, you'll be enjoying a couple of hit Game Boy Advance Metroid games. You've got Metroid Prime Remastered, Metroid Dread, whoo, good one, and Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Nintendo Prime is in the chat. Ninty Prime. Man. I feel like, Nate, you need your own corner, your own opportunity, that if you want to say anything, you could say stuff. I'm just going to say, on each of my live streams within the last week, we have talked a lot about you, but in positive ways, This community, oh man, I'm going to get emotional. This is not good. Or maybe it is good. Well, it's real. We've had our talks off to the side, not public based about everything that you're going through. And a lot of people here, though, share a lot of same desire, hope, prayers for you and your family, for your son. Not to change the direction of the stream so much, but sometimes that's a little bit more important, or sometimes that's just real and that's the way it goes. But each of the streams that I've had since reading your announcement, there's been a considerable portion of that stream where kind of the real talk was, about you. And like I said, in a good way. And that is just sending positive vibes, only going over what was publicly stated, but a lot of people praying, a lot of people hoping for the best and stuff like that. So, by now, hopefully, folks have read your most recent statements, so it's not like, oh, they're hearing it from me for the first time or anything. But if you wanted to say anything, you could take the floor. Otherwise, folks that are watching now, Nintendo Prime, Nate, you probably know him. You might even know me from him, because he has a far bigger channel and stuff like that. But he's here in the chat. If you want to send some extra good vibes to him and his boy and his family in general. It's probably a nice thing to do. I'm not gonna push you in any direction, but yeah, you know, yeah, him and Yulia had a pretty tough time, as did their other two children, grandparents, everybody involved, for their one son who got pretty sick. And you don't like to see that happen to anybody. It hits more when it's someone that you know, when it's someone that you call a friend. Reality is, this kind of stuff happens constantly all around the world to families everywhere all the time. And that's devastating. So my heart always goes out to folks. It's just oftentimes you don't know about it. So when you do know about it, one, it hits you hard. Two, when it's a friend, it hits you worse, But I'm glad things are going better. I'm happy to hear that. Scary stuff as a dad, I mean, you don't even have to be a dad, but as a dad, you feel it more, I think. As a parent, probably. But even just being a decent human being, probably feel it. So that's good. And you're welcome too, of course. Let me see. Artisan James saying Splatoon 4. That's going to be big. Luigi's Mansion 4. Man. Metroid 6. Dude, following Dread. Ooh, what are we going to get? Monolith Soft's next big game and a new Smash Bros. 2. Dude, we've had such a good first 6 months of Nintendo Switch 2. It's been amazing, and you don't even have the next Animal Crossing. You don't have the next Fire Emblem yet. That's next year, though, Fortune's Weave. Zelda, Mario, Metroid, please, Star Fox. We got a new Donkey Kong for the first time in forever, dude. I think we're going to have an awesome generation ahead. Nintendo Ninjas Prime Beyond. I'll be 46 in February. Awesome. I'm playing Balatro. Cool, I heard good things about that. I have a friend who's really into poker. I recommended it to him. I don't think he ever picked it up, but yeah, he should. Maybe I should. Educate me a little bit more on poker. I don't really know what I'm doing. Artisan James, depends on the Zelda team's goals. If they want to go super ambitious again in terms of scope and scale and create another enormous map or attempt to trump the size of Hyrule in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I wouldn't mind a little bit of a smaller game than Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, but a little bit more ambitious in story and cinema scenes, voice acting, gameplay from a combat perspective, and just these badass graphics, visuals. Going for a semi-realistic, different engine, different visual composure take. And make it smaller. I'm okay with that. I think OJ has a good theory. Smaller map, more dungeons, yeah. So I'm down with that. Dank Meme Center X. No beard, Paul. Life feels wrong. Yeah. I just shaved today too. It's crazy. Every 3 days, it's like, oh, it's a little something. And I'm like, no, go away. I shaved the big beard, by the way, November 30th at night. If I didn't shave, it would be 4 weeks old today. And it wouldn't be like this. But seeing as how fast it grows, like every 3 days, which is seemingly when I shave lately, dude, I would already have a mini beard growing 4 weeks in. The last one was 108 days, though, by the way. So, it took a while to get that long. But you'd already see, oh, yeah, you got a little beard going at the 4 week mark. By the way, Artisan, your comment on Andre's video. Okay, talking amongst each other. Joycey saying, Nate, they aren't in the die straits to show both 3D Mario and Zelda this early. It's weird because they don't need new 3D Mario and new 3D Zelda right away, but I think it would benefit by that 1.5 year mark to have one of their hardcore top 2 out there. Especially navigating a 3D Zelda movie. But I'm okay with a 3D Zelda significant port, remaster, remake, something like that, you know? I think I said Fire Emblem typically sells in the 2 to 3 million range. Yeah, you're about right. It is a little bit of a smaller IP in terms of sales, but quality, dang, is it good. Fire Emblem's kind of like Metroid. They both are freaking fantastic. Hardly a not awesome game in it, but not the best sellers. But Fire Emblem really came around with like Awakening and Three Houses and stuff, so I think Fortune's Weave could end up becoming the new best-selling one. Maybe, we'll see, hopefully. A lot of people, Kong Donk, Steak, Crazy Scott, Cody, WB, Joycey J, all sending positive vibes over. Tiger Assist. Dang, excellent. Awesome to see. Y'all cool for that. Yes, that factually incorrect term of niche, as if sales determine that a vast majority of games. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Talking amongst each other. Let me rewind a little bit. Appeal is one thing. Okay. Fire Emblem is the major series with Awakening. Yeah, like Awakening really changed things around on 3DS. Yeah, that's a good one. You aren't kidding, Tabby. I know Nintendo treats Fire Emblem like a major series, but I was comparing it to Zelda and Mario. Okay. Pokemon Fan 34, welcome. If I didn't say hi earlier. Dang Beam Tenderix. Congrats on 8K. People don't know what they want with the game. Change something. You ruined my immersion. Leave status quo. You're chasing the bag. Risks aren't treated the same. Yeah. Some people, you changed it too much. That's not my Zelda. That's not my Metroid. Some, you didn't change it enough. You're stuck in the past. You're playing off of nostalgia and not pushing the envelope. What do you want me to do? There's a fine way to balance things. I mean, I thought Breath of the Wild was brilliant. It played like Zelda. It felt like Zelda. It was Zelda. Its dungeons weren't as flavorful. Its bosses weren't as particularly thematic focused like in other Zelda games, but boy, did it make up for it more so with an open world with tons to do and navigate and gameplay and climbing mechanics and costumes that mattered more than ever before, and shrines aplenty, and story with cinematics and voice acting, and like, dude, Breath of the Wild gave me what I needed. And Tears of the Kingdom, you could say better in terms of those bosses and stuff like that, and there are still some things I like from Breath of the Wild more, like I like busting out Rivali's Gale. I don't have that in Tears of the Kingdom. But Tears, with the depths, with the sky, with the creation craft, does some things better. They're both terrific, though. But I'm looking forward to the Zelda team's next game. Talking back and forth. Mama Wolf Meg 64.99. Congrats, Paul. Thank you. I need Zelda now. How about a new 2D Zelda game until we get a big one? See, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a Zelda remake followed by a Zelda 2D new entry or another remake of that, and then a new Zelda 3D one. Like, man, I'm okay with anything. You know, like, that's why it benefits people being a gamer that has a lot of interests, because you're never going to be bored at that case. If you harp on and only want one thing and that's all you look forward to, it's like, dude, you're going to be disappointed because you're going to get that one game that you want once every 7 years. I love Star Fox. But what if Star Fox was the only thing I wanted? I would be disappointed for 2 generations now. Because the last Star Fox I got was Star Fox Zero. But when you like a lot, yeah, you might not get your Star Fox, but dude, you're having fun with Splatoon and Zelda and Mario and, you know, Smash Bros. Everything. So, in my opinion, the more diverse you are, the better. You could like your things the most, but like a lot. That way you're not disappointed if that one thing doesn't deliver. That one thing just doesn't show up. Mama Wolf Meg, how does it feel to have 8,000 subscribers? It's really cool. Like it's something, like I said in my little post, I wasn't anticipating when this year kicked off. Very early in 2025, I think January 16th or something like that, I started a brand new daily countdown series, 76 days long until the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. And I think I had like 3,600 subscribers. And I didn't think 2 weeks into the new year, me starting this new series, that almost 12 months from now, right, at the end of the year, December 28th, I would hit 8,000. Because I've been on YouTube for 19 years. Then again, YouTube is one thing I've done for the last 2 decades. So it's not like it's been my only job where I put all of my hours and time and development into crafting. But still, I've always been around. But I was also doing Gamers.com and OneUp.com and PGN and ShagMag I used to write for, and going to E3 and conducting interviews. All that stuff. But still, like this year, hit well, and having 8,000 and starting live streaming, which that didn't really start until August. I had a live stream in June for the release of the console, NS2. Had a live stream in July when we hit 5,000. But geez, from July to now, it was August that gaming history started. In August, the live stream started regularly. So it's been 4 months of like a very different energy of regular live streams several days a week, people to celebrate, talk with gaming all the time. The 8,000 subscriber number is something I'm very proud of, I'm very appreciative of. It's awesome that everyone is here and supportive of one another, and I see new friendships forming within the audience itself, and it's cool. And on the member side, I mean, we got close to 500 once, and we're getting close to 500 again. If we hit 500 now, that would be 1 in every 16 people on the whole channel have a membership. That's something that I don't think anybody could claim on there. But that's because you have massive channels, right? And it's a harder thing to achieve. Like, if you've got 160,000 members, 160,000 subscribers, to have 1 in 16 be a member, that would be 10,000 members, dude. Like, how are you going to get 10,000 members? That's an astronomical amount. But I'm at a point where 8,000 subscribers, 500 members, that's pretty awesome. That's like really cool, But we'll see. It's just been neat to see the growth and everyone being here, whether you're a member or not. And I just appreciate folks being here. When someone likes a video or does a little comment on a countdown or gaming history, like, that's super neat for me. That's great. They better not deviate too much from Joyce's script for the next Zelda, LOL. Yeah, Joyce's got quite a big script. I don't know if Joyce, have you finished reading the third? He's reading chat, right? Mama Wolf Meg 64.99, talking about me or talking about someone else? Pokemon Fan 34 is sad, followed by cute. Yes, he doesn't always keep up, so he's sometimes behind. Yeah, Snake 1024, if you're talking about me. I try to read every single comment, but it takes a while to get there. When Nate gets back and settled in, the script will have its finale. Ooh, that's cool. I want Metroid 6 by Mercury stream next year very badly, please. So I am like this. Hold on, I put it on X. Here was my hypothetical, which I did enjoy coming up with. Okay. Metroid Samus Returns HD in 2026. Brand new 2D Metroid 2027. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Remastered 2028. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption 2029. Metroid Prime 5 or some type of new 3D Metroid 2030. I love it. I think it's incredible. Super biased because I came up with this rollout, but I think it's dope. You got 3D Metroid, new one, and then 2D Metroid, which is going to be new for many people, but it's a port from the 3DS version made HD. And then you alternate, because then at 28 comes Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Oh, sorry. HD we just got 3D Prime. Next year, we get HD remaster of Samus Returns. 2027, new 2D one. 2028, 3D Metroid 2. 2029, 3D Metroid. And then 30, Metroid Prime 5. It's just 6 years in a row of a Metroid game coming out. And they're not all new, but enough are. Yeah, I love it. Gosh, imagine somewhere along the way in my 5-year pipeline, we get like a Metroid Netflix live action series or a Metroid anime or a Metroid movie. Oh, even if it takes longer, that'd be cool. That'd be fine. But if it's before, dude, how sweet would that be? Pokemon Fan 34, talking to Joycey. Yeah, makes sense. Mama Wolf, yeah. This community has been a blessing. Thank you, Tabby Cat Games. Joycey, nope. Only the finale is left. Then I have to finish writing the sequel. Oh, cool. Lily Young, glad PGN has 8,000 subs now. Thank you, Lily. AJ Rex 0440. Hi, Paul. Hi there. Roger Enyart with the notification. Did we hit 50 likes? Did we hit 50 likes? That's mighty cool if we did. Wow. 37 watching now. 50 likes. 20 gifted memberships. Woo! Holy smokes. Roger coming in at the end of the year with helping ensure that we go into we go into 2026 strong. Why does this look funky? Huge! Thank you, Roger. Why is this looking weird? There we go. Fine. We're good. Big support. Roger Enyart with 20 gifted memberships. 30, 50. Yeah, we got 50 new members tonight. Oh, snap. Oh, man. You guys are getting me really, really hyped right now because now we are like this close to 500. I'm not greedy. I am grateful and appreciative for everybody's $1, $5, something amazing like this, $20. Like, nobody has to do anything. The fact that folks do it, whether it's in gratitude for the shorts or for the entertainment or for the live streams or just because you're awesome people and like helping create a good community, I'm just thankful for your all friendship and for being here, a part of this journey. But when I see this kind of support and I know the number that we're at with how close to 500, thinking like I think back to January, Paul, of 2025, and I'm like, oh, God, I didn't think of 8,000 subscribers. Like, I didn't know that I'd be live streaming regularly starting in August. I didn't. Well, I mean, I did do the countdown series very early in the year, but I didn't know I'd be starting gaming history, even though that's something I've always used to do, just not in video form. Unexpected journey. But now I'm like hyped for, well, what is 2026 going to bring? Let's go over who were these 20 recipients from Roger's very generous dono. Thank you, Roger. Kane 7694, The Cringe Prophet, Barkster, Jack Shrimp, Flushery, Switch 2 Kirby Air Riders LOLOLs, Dennis Man, Lou JT, Lewis, Techers, Dun Sparse TV, Animal Head Skull, JMD 7720, Jacob WX Slots, Russell Cunningham, J Lamb. Hang on. Lottie Row here, Sunfire 3, Mac Time 1984, and Chio Alex 88. 70 new subscribers a night? Or 50? Hold on, I just said the number. 50 new subscribers a night. 71 on the board. Giant thank you. Big W indeed. Mac Time 1984 saying thank you for the gifted sub. I think that was given to you by either Roger Enyart or State 1024. Possibly Ash. But, well, you're welcome on their behalf to you. I guess. How close is this close to 500? State 1024, how close is this close? Let me see. YouTube's a little bit behind. They're like a day behind or something like that. But let me check it out right now. $423. 423 is pretty close because that's 84.6% there. 423. So that's 77 away. And some might think, well, 77 is not that close. But I mean, when you look at 500, 77, you know, it doesn't account for a great percentage, you know, of 500. So it is pretty close. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe not. I don't know. Not as close as the 461, but the fact that we're at 423 means like the upwards trajectory is definitely hitting its mark, you know? Hold on one moment. One moment. Oh. That's like one or two more live streams for you. I mean, I don't want to be presumptuous. Stake 1024, you know. But I mean, well, if you have a live stream like this, then yeah, one or two more of these, and you're kind of on the money there. Yeah, maybe, you know what I mean. We have live streams though where the fun is real, the liveliness of the chat is there. The quantity of people in the chat is matching the quality, you know, 30 plus people, lots of people engaging, fun stuff, good topics. And there's no super chat for the whole 90-minute stream. There's no dono, and it's okay. It's okay. Everybody's having a good time. Nobody's feeling pressured. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying the chat. I'm happy. Struggling to read all the comments. I'm seeing everybody comment with each other. That's all cool. And sometimes that's a stream. And sometimes you have crazy streams where, you know, it's like, what? 64, 128, 196. Huh? You know? Anything and everything in between. You never know. As long as you're having fun and everybody is having a good time, that's all good. Hogwarts Legacy is an awesome game. Yeah. I bought Hogwarts Legacy a year or two ago. Whenever it came out. I think that holiday season's when I got it. But then this past summer, I did that Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade. I'm like, man, what a difference. Big visual pump in fidelity. pretty cool. The Cringe Prophet, good to see you in green again. Thanks to Roger. Okay. Before we wrap up, we do have a 3D, a Super Mario 3D All-Stars 3-coin gift set to give away. If everybody were to submit an entry now, you would have a 1 in 38 chance of winning. Usually not everybody participates, but those are pretty good odds to be at 1 in 38. Sometimes 10 people present enter, and you got a 1 in 10 chance. That's 10%. It's pretty darn good. But we'll see what it is. This following gift is courtesy of Roger, who is in the chat. Mr. Roger Enyart, 2066. You can see him right there. He is giving away one of these Super Mario 3D All-Stars triple coin sets. There is no rule, really. Only rule is you got to reach out to Roger. So go to Facebook, type in Roger Enyart, you'll see him. And if you need to, he could explain what his photo is so you could find the right Roger, right? But not hard to find. And you tell him, hey, I won, which he'll know because he's here right now, by the way. And yeah. In the past, Roger has said, hey, if you're in the United States, I will ship it to you for free. That's up to him, though. I would recommend offering to pay for the shipping, but you do what Roger says, I guess, which you all figure out together. However, if you win outside of the U.S., then you're expected to pay for the shipping. But this is like an estimated $22 value gift, like if you were to buy it off of eBay or something like that. That seems to be what they go for. So, let me show you what it is. This isn't the exact item. Keep in mind, if you do win, the gift is yours. If you are trying to gift it to someone else, that's going to be someone else to decide whether they want to provide their address to you or to Roger, etc. Or maybe Roger would send it to you, and then you would then find out how to ship it to someone else, right? So assume that this is your gift, that you are giving Roger your address, and that you're comfortable with all of that happenings on Facebook and stuff like that. If you're trying to have it sent elsewhere to someone else, that's fine, but don't necessarily be presumptuous that Roger's going to send it to that person, or that person wants to have their address out there or whatever. So you'd be your responsibility, or the three of you talk amongst each other, okay? So, that being said, if you would like to be enrolled in this triple pack coin set right here, as you can see on the screen, for Super Mario 3D All-Stars, hit the one button in the chat now. Just type the one button, stick it in there once, and you'll be enrolled. Looks like there's 30 people watching now, so it's a 1 in 30 shot. Not bad. So like Pokemon Fan 34, if Roger sent it to you, you would then take it, stick it in the mail, get the proper address, and then pay for shipping, whatever, and then send it. For instance, like if that's what you wanted to do with it. And that's fine. It's a very nice thing to do. But yeah. And Roger, this is the last coin set, correct? This is for what is on the screen right now. Sorry, this hand. A Super Mario 3D All-Stars coin set. This is the last one, if I'm not mistaken. Mobile Stats 1. Hello there. And hello, Paul. Congrats on 8K, man. Keep up the hard work. Your content is enjoyable and high quality. Well, thank you for that. I'm happy to hear both of those things. Enjoyable is good to hear. High quality is also good to hear, because, most of what I do is with a standard microphone over here, with my iPhone over here. What was I saying? Total brain fart. Oh, to hear that it's quality and high production value is nice. So thank you. Because I don't have a super elaborate setup with cushions on my walls to block out sound, and a sound recording studio, and earmuffs with sound counseling, and all this stuff, and high quality cameras. Like, I don't have that. So what I do, I try to do well with what I've got. John Doe Juggalo, that is separate from the coin set. He will be giving out an eShop card next time. eShop card, Pokemon fan. I got the confirmation from Roger. Thank you. Okay. Type in that one in that chat if you want to be entered into this. And this is the last of the Super Mario 3D All-Stars coin sets that we're giving away. We have given out, like, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 or 8? I think 7 of them. So I think this will be the 8th and final one that we did. eShop cards we've done quite a bit more of. Okay, how many people have entered in so far? We've got 1 down there, 1 there, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, if you win, reach out to Roger Enyart on Facebook. That's how you got to do it. Reach out to Roger on Facebook. If you need a description of, well, Roger, how does your Facebook profile look like? How do I know? He could tell you, and then you could talk, you could verify, and then, yeah, Roger is awesome, because Roger has done this already to, like I said, 7, 8 people, where he has sent it to them, and people have gotten them, and all really, really cool, I'll wait a little bit for more folks to enter, possibly. Lao Boys 411, welcome here. Roger saying that you already have one coin set for Aiden. That's awesome. That's really cool of you, Roger. I hope Aiden and his siblings all feel a little bit of relief, a little bit of happiness from different walks of the internet, when the family is able to breathe a little bit and get back home. Nothing is more important than health. Video games, coins, all that stuff is nice. It helps. But boy, is just health the most important thing. I want him and everybody to just be healthy. No complications. Just get home, be with each other, have some peace. But once things start to get a little bit more smooth again, it will be nice to have a little bit of a boost up like this from a community, from Roger donating the coin set, from folks being like, I want to give something, from folks just doing something, Yeah. Okay, let's roll it. And how many ended up doing it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not bad. Okay. And congratulations to Lily Young. Lily Young, 1002. You won this Super Mario 3D All-Stars triple coin set. So congratulations. And that concludes the Super Mario Galaxy 3D coin set giveaway that Roger has been awesome to help contribute to now 8 people, I think. I had to double check. I think it's been 8. But Lily Young, way to go. Lily Young. Go ahead. See, I don't have to tell Roger who won because Roger's here right now. Yes, you're here. I didn't even ask if you're here. I should have done that. Lily, are you still here? I knew you were here because I saw, like, just right above it said, you mentioned you typed your last comment of, I hope that Aiden can manage it. Yeah. And then Roger just a couple of parts right after you, right after Steak. Congrats, Lily. Congrats. Boom, boom, boom. So good. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Pretty sweet. Lily, don't go writing your address here in the chat. Reach out to Roger on Facebook, and you don't have to tell him I won. You can just tell him, hey, it's me, Lily, or whatever you want to do. It's cool. Roger's really fast. He's really good about getting back to everybody and emailing folks and stuff like that. So take care of that. You're good. You're good. John Doe Juggalo. I've been type 1 diabetic for over 20 years. Got diagnosed the same way. Wow. It can be conquered. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing that really is unfortunate with a lot of things. It's like, if you don't know you have something, man, could it be a rough way to find out, like, this is how it happened. Like, imagine if growing up in your house, You just never had peanut butter jelly sandwiches. By culture, by parents, by just it not being really a thing in your family. And here you are, like 7, 8, 9, 10. You just never had a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Or for that matter, like peanuts or jelly. Huh. You've had different fruits, right? Maybe you've had like orange juice. Maybe you've had different ice creams, but not ice creams like with nuts in it and stuff like that. And here you're like 10, 11 years old or something like that. You go over to a friend's house, different culture, different background, ethnicity, whatever, just different happenings. And they're like, oh, I'm making peanut butter jelly sandwiches for lunch. Would you like one? We're like, I've never had that before. You've never had it before? Dude, it's so good. Yeah, really? Especially with a cold glass of milk. Oh, okay. And then you get into some crazy shock. And that's how you find out. Like, holy crap, that's scary. That is not the way you want to find out about something. Family unprepared, no EpiPen, no nothing. Like, oh my gosh, hospital doctor, what do you do? Emergency, and it's not like a little allergy. It's like hardcore, full blown. Boom, this is bad. We got to get you to the hospital ASAP. Dang, that's rough. That's too close, you know. But yeah, anyways, well, John Doe Juggalo, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that things have helped out, or I'm glad that you found out when you did, and that you have been able to be helped out consistently, and that you're okay. You know, Paul, you should set up X subscriber subscriptions that give people another way to watch the brown belt videos. I do have that brown belt tier for a little while. I mean, it was a little while. YouTube recommends me say, hey, do the blue belt tier. And then for a little while, the white belt tier is like, oh man, people were not. It reached a cap of like how many people we had as total subscribers to how many people were able to get the subscriptions as a gift because people didn't have it turned on or what have you. So I switched it per their recommendation to go from white to blue, but then I go back to white because it allows for a greater quantity of gifts. And I put it to green, and I put it to brown, and like I gifted 10 browns for just 1 month. And we have some volunteer browns, but no more gifted browns. So right now, if you want to just be a brown belt tier member, it is just on you. There's no gifted option currently. Jacob WX Slots. Hey, Paul, good to see you. Good to see you too, Jacob. Roger, if you want, you don't have to, but or Lily right now if you want to, but you don't have to. If you want to send me a message saying that you did connect with each other, that'd be cool. Otherwise, I'm trusting that you just will on your own time and stuff like that. But hopefully, y'all got connected. Okay. I did not know how long I was going to stream for tonight. At the very least, I was going to hop on and say thank you for joining me this year, really for like the last 4 months as an active streaming community, but all year long, from the shorts to any other videos, the fun content, some of the martial arts stuff too, because some people come from that. Lily saying, I'm not sure what to do on Facebook. Go to the search people and type in Roger Enyart, and you'll find him. Or you could ask Roger now, hey, oh yeah, see, Roger's texting you. Okay, you figure it out. You two talk. But yeah, I was going to it's potentially going to be a short stream. Just to say thanks, hop on, talk a little bit about what you got over the holidays, something like that. And yeah, but we ended up having a full-blown stream. That was an awesome stream. Giant thank you again to Ash for the $1, Steak 1024 for the 20 gifted memberships, Creeper Destinations for the $20 super chat, and Roger Enyart 2066 for the 30 gifted memberships. What did I say we're at? 423 now? 77 to go. 77. Dang. Maybe. There are 3 streaming days left. I'm not going to be disappointed if we don't hit it. But it'd be pretty dope, honestly, if we did. It's possible. It's possible. But hey, we hit 8,000. Something super duper cool. Thanks for everything this year. Welcome. Thank you, Tabby. Pokemon Fan 34, you're welcome. Thank you, too. Oh, okay. That's a good possibility, too, on the Discord side. How much is the other tiers? I can't see it because I'm already a white tier member. Mobile Stats 1. It is upgradable, if you so desire. But the white belt is 1, blue belt is 4, green belt is 7, brown belt is 10, and it does come with a designated video made for you each month. And if you wish, it comes with a blue title in your name signifying that. And then black is 50. Black belt is a pretty big tier because in addition to getting all of the stuff before it, you also get a one-time, once a month. It's just a live session, just the two of us. Maybe it is a live personal training, workout session, karate session, something like that. That is half hour or hour or something along those lines where we work out together. And like the brown belt one is a good video made for you for your exercise needs to satisfy them, should you wish. Or just maybe you want your name to be blue. I love that. That's why you do it. Like, that's fine too, you know? But the black belt one is like okay, that's, if you think of it as a YouTube subscription, $50 a month, that's not a cheap YouTube subscription. If you think of it as, I'm getting a once a month designated live workout session with a personal trainer, with a martial arts instructor who could help me with an ab routine, a shoulder routine, punching, kicking drill, something like that, then you're looking at it as a exercise incentive. Helps you from a health perspective, which is different, and you get access to the other brown belts and stuff. So it's a, even if you're here and you're not a member and you're just a subscriber, it's not a just a. Nobody's just a here. If you're here, you're here, and it's awesome. And I say thank you. Brown belt comes with a Peach Gale workout video. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe that's what I do, Steak. Maybe that's what I do new for 2026. Forget about the workout video. It's just a Peach workout video. I work out with Peach. Oh my gosh. I do pug presses. I do pug presses. Oh, it's a good idea. I mean, who wouldn't want a PGN brown belt tier subscription if you got like Peach workout videos, right? Pokemon Fan 34 saying, can we get 60 likes? I don't know. The stream is just about to end. Can we get 60 likes before the stream is done? Would be pretty cool. How many do we have now? 56? Ooh, we'll see. 2 minutes. We'll see. 2 minutes. Can we get to 60 likes? Problem is, if we get to 60, then it's like, well, can we get to Nintendo 64? It just doesn't end. Then when you're at Nintendo 64 likes, you're like, well, it's almost halfway to 70. Can we get to 70? Oh, y'all see this one? That's funny. 2024, Cute Puppy Academy launched for the Nintendo Switch worldwide. Today in gaming history, December 27th, 2024, Cute Puppy Academy launched for the Nintendo Switch worldwide. She's so sleepy. She's so sleepy in this video. Normally she's like wild, crazy dog, but she's so sleepy now. Oh, that was cute. It's funny. I need a Peach video. Oh, Peach and Mario acting as your dumbbells. Yeah, Steak. Peach is heavier though, so I'd have to, swap out, or one arm's gonna get too much stronger than the other. Yeah. Paul, have you gotten a big boost in subs from your new viral Galaxy video? Yeah, the Super Mario Galaxy video that hit like 140,000 views or something like that. That did help with some subscribers too. Yeah. Alrighty. We hit that 115-minute mark. We hung out there another couple of minutes just because, Pokemon Fan 34 kind of laid out a challenge. Can we hit 60 likes? Did we? No, we hit 58, but 58 is still awesome. All right. I think that's going to do it for the stream then. This ended up being a full stream, a full-size normal stream on a Sunday random evening that I was not planning on streaming, but I hit 8,000, so I had to celebrate. I'm happy I celebrated. Pokemon Fan 34 saying Peach. Peach did run by earlier, but she actually didn't make it live on stream. But I think she'll be here tomorrow. Ooh, Steak 1024 saying I'm showing 59. Well, I guess I'll hang out another minute, Steak. If there's 59 likes. Come on. Well, see, I got 58 on my end. I'm not denying that your 59 might be accurate, or is accurate, but for me it says 58. Oh, either way, it's been good. Any comments that I missed? No. I'm actually caught up on the chat and everything. J Biggs, Mr. NY for life. Congratulations, Paul. Thank you. Lily Young saying 58 likes. But Pokemon Fan 34 and Steak 1024 say 59. Yeah, it says 58 on my end. Oh well, that's okay. 58 is still awesome. I can't complain. All right, everybody. I'm going to roll for now. Thanks so much for being here. I'll be back on tomorrow morning. I don't know what time yet. I'm going to shoot for 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. That's the goal, is that 10 a.m. Or slightly before. I'll try to get that on. We'll see. But I'll be back tomorrow. Hunter Sausage and Redbeard SH, or Hunter Sausage and Redbeards H2360. Hey, congrats. Hey, congrats. Hey, congrats. Hey, thank you for being here. Thanks for the congrats, I meant to say. We hit 60 likes. Woo! Thank you, Steak1024, for that. We hit 60 likes. There we go, Roger. And you're also saying 60 likes. Pokemon Fan 34 saying 60 likes. Boom, boom, boom. Every time you hit that 10 mark, that's a nice thing, right? Yvonne Francois, bye. Joyce J saying, if anyone is interested, Zeldathon is happening on Twitch. That's pretty cool to hear. Could drop the link if you want. Nintendbird, you're welcome. Thank you. I have followed you for a while now. Thanks for being inspiring. We passed 1,000 subs and love your stuff. Thank you, Hunter, for following, and thanks for the kind comment. I'm glad that you're here, and I appreciate that you do enjoy the content, and yeah, any kind of goodness that you could spread in the world, I'm all about being a part of. Alrighty. Oh, Nintendbird is saying hello all, following up earlier comment, but we are about to go. So, hopefully a quick hello, quick goodbye, but a good one nonetheless. Alright. See you all later. I think I'm going to go have some late dinner. Take care. Till next time. Tomorrow morning. Nintendbird, Steak1024, Pokemon Fan 34, Hunter, Joycey J, Roger, J Biggs, Yvonne Francois. Those are the last several. See you all later. Have a great rest of your Sunday or Monday if you're